Hi and welcome to Friday's workout. Now I'm doing this video on Sunday evening, but I'm getting through the backlog of videos, so hopefully tomorrow's video, the run video, will be uploaded on Monday, the day it was completed. Now, on to the next session. This is session 2 on a new program. It is workout B, and this workout starts off with the deadlift. Now, a bit of backstory. Me and Charlie trained on the Tuesday prior to this, and then on the Thursday we did a hard session of taekwondo, sparring among other things, and Charlie was generally fatigued after that. I myself felt fairly fresh, so I managed to hit a deadlift rep PR, as well as getting close to moving the heaviest weights I've moved on overhead pressing in a while, and doing a good amount of chin-ups. So I'm very happy with this workout. Charlie was disappointed in himself, but I think he did just fine, given the fatigue he went through. And I do believe that everyone is a bit different. It may be the case that where we are at in our training right now, Charlie might need to train every 4th day. I can train every 3rd day. Everyone has slightly different requirements and slightly different recovery, according to everything that's going on in their life and their own genetics. And although me and Charlie are brothers do differ quite a lot. Usually, anyone with siblings can attest to that while we are all fairly similar, there can be quite large differences. And, we are in different places in our training careers, so to say. We've made different amount of progress on different lifts and different things. For example, I'm further along in the cardio training department. Charlie's stronger in the lower body than I am. He squats more, even at a lower age and body weight. So he's gotten further with that. Now, Charlie went for 155 kilos on the deadlift here, and he managed to hit 4 reps. I think the 5th rep, even the 3rd rep there, the lockouts weren't complete, so I didn't want to count anything more than 4 reps here. I probably would have counted 3 reps if I did this myself. But he was very unhappy with this. He felt his grip gave out, which is often a sign of general, fatigue. So he was mad and went immediately into overhead pressing, which didn't go perfectly for him either, since he took a too short rest break. So Charlie, if you're watching this, behave yourself next time. Don't lose focus. But anyway, he did manage to hit 7 reps here with 50 kilos, which isn't that bad, but is not a PR for him. So not optimal. Next time we do workout B, so B2, the second time we do this workout, hopefully he'll hit much more than 7 reps. But it's not just about hoping and praying, it's also about figuring out how much time do we need between sessions to actually recover so that we can hit maximal weights. If we're not recovered fully between sessions, I'm starting to realize this, going into a training session with significant fatigue is probably a very bad idea, honestly. And especially training 2 days in a row is something that I may not ever do again, in terms of strength training. I could take that back in the future, but the way I'm feeling and thinking about things right now, I really do see the power in rest days. Now, I've trained in the opposite way my entire training career, but logically speaking, we need to go into the gym and stimulate growth. And the fact is, growth takes, not only recovery takes many days, but growth, comes after recovery. So I think training 2 days in a row is probably a big mistake that I've made my entire training career. I'm going to try to avoid that for this year and see how much that affects my progress, just being a bit smarter with things. So that was 57.5 for 8 reps by me there on the overhead press. It's not perfect, but it's good. That shows a 1 rep max of 71 kilos as opposed to 73, which was, I believe, 55 times 10. So slightly lower, but I think I'll get 9 reps next time in about 9 days time or so. Here is Charlie doing chin-ups. I believe he got 16 reps, which was good. And we're doing dead hang chin-ups, but since we do them in the staircase here, we kind of rest our feet not on top of the staircase, but to the side of the stairs there to kind of stabilize ourselves. But This is a consistent technique we're using every time, so it's very measurable. And we're just really trying not to kick and not to kip to get our chin properly over the bar. And we'll count those reps as long as they're fairly clean. You know, I really don't want to be doing more and more cheating to get the reps here. I'd much rather stay at a low amount of reps for longer, but to have actual clean form. Because although the goal is to get stronger, the goal in this workout, the goal of the day is always just to go to absolute failure. So, and with good form at that, you know. It's cool to hit very heavy weight, but yeah. By the way, as I'm looking back on this here, I can see that my form was actually quite bad. As you can see there, I'm kind of sticking to the staircase, but I'm really arching my back to get a lot more momentum. So that was actually a bit cheating by me. And that will explain why I added, I don't know if it was 1 or 2 reps since I did this last time, but that was actually cheating. Now, it's not terrible, and 18 chin-ups with this form is good. But yeah, I need to tighten up to next time. And it's good to record yourself when you train, because otherwise you have no accountability. And yeah, a lot of guys, including myself, on squats, for example, should be going deeper. And when I say including myself, I don't mean right now. Last workout, I went too deep. But historically, I've been going not deep enough on squats. And if you don't record yourself, you don't know that. It's the same thing with Charlie. He has been training squats for a while himself, and he's significantly above parallel on his squatting, and we have to correct that the next time we do a squatting session. And he'll also be lifting less weight and thinking that he's weaker, although he's just as strong as he was. He's just being more strict. So stay strict from the beginning. I'm going to make sure to be strict on the chin-ups next workout, because cheating our way just to get a bunch of reps, when we're here to build strength and build muscle, that's just a bad method. Now, if this was a competition to get as many reps as possible, and we cheated a little bit within the rules, you know, to get as many reps as possible, that's totally valid. But when it comes to training to get stronger and to get bigger, which, by the way, are pretty much the exact same thing biologically in the human, when training to actually improve ourselves, cheating often does very little. Now, I'm actually breaking that rule on the rows, but that's because I believe it's so difficult to be perfectly strict on rows that I think rows are actually difficult to measure, and therefore I'm using the cheat row, because I can cheat infinite amounts, and that's kind of an easily measurable form of exercise. But other than that, I'm doing very strict form on all exercises, including this. This is the neck extension. Now, I touched on this the last time. In workout A, me and Charlie train the front of our necks. On workout B, we train the back of our necks. The reason we're doing this is we want to compete in Taekwondo, hopefully, this year, provided our health goes well and we have the time, the energy for it and everything else. We would like to compete again. And having a strong neck is not vital, but it does help a lot. If you do get kicked in the head, you're much less likely to get brain damage, to get knocked out, and you're less likely to simply hurt the discs in your neck, as the musculature around, you know, all the weak nerves and stuff in your neck, the musculature kind of protects you from going into extreme positions. If you were to get kicked in an awkward position, for example, the neck muscle might be able to resist going into a horrible position, which it might go into if you had a pencil neck, because obviously we can't change our bone structure that much. We can change our bone density, but the real thing here is building a protective layer of muscle around the perimeter of our neck, which will just protect us from damage. So that's why we're doing the neck training. Although we're trying to do as few exercises as possible, but still getting the desired result. That was workout B. It's short and sweet and hard. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you hopefully tomorrow, if I'm not a bit lazy, on a running workout.